check. 1, 2 for the mind state. Dez Cortez and Emory Law. Welcome to the show. Y'all tuned in now. Hit record, time to make it real. This that one show, mentally ill. We don't hide, we just chill. We say the kind of things that you feel. Raw talk from the couch to the curb. Every dark thought from the city to the burbs. From panics on Bel Air, we even picking up calls. We unpack it all, no mask, no filter at all. Dez say, how you been? Low say, man, where I begin. From meds on the sink to nights you overthink. We drag it to the light, let it blink.
This is mentally ill. Say it out loud till it pop like the steel. We ain't running from the pain, we real. Every scar that you hide, we reveal. This is mentally ill. Talk that truth, let the shame stand still. If your mind feel heavy, just chill. Press play, pull up a chair, we heal.
We talk therapy, thirst traps, breakups, rent. Family that judge how your time gets spent. Label crazy since you was a teen. Now you finally learn what that label mean. We laugh hard, then we low-key cry. Dead air when you search for a why. Trigger in a smell, story that you tell about that one night that still feel like hell. The same night that Dez went to jail. Every hard truth we credit, we said it. From locked doors to lady on trips. Shake it.
What up, dude? And welcome to another episode of Mentally Ill. I am Dez Cortez, of course. And as always, to my right is my homie Emory Law, but he had some family stuff that he had to take to, a little emergency. So keep him in your prayers or whatever. Nothing really big like that, but just something he had to do. He won't be here today. But also we got, of course, the voice in the darkness. What up, though, voice in the darkness?
Yeah.
See, you can't even hear the voice in the cut me off.
Yeah, baby.
The voice in the darkness. But also, too, we got somebody who's sitting in for the homie Emory. Somebody who you don't need much introduction at all. If you from Detroit and you don't know this guy, then you probably not from Detroit. Let's talk about a few of the dopest movies that you got. Of course, The Good Man, which everybody love. Fatal Dispatch. Let's talk about that one. Let's see. The series H Block, where you play the cop that everybody love, bro.
You know what
everybody,
I'm saying?
Just for you to be able to make a cop that people like, you know what I mean?
That's
huge all in itself. I'm just gonna say that. But then upcoming though, When the Smoke Clears.
Absolutely.
You excited about that one?
Man, let me tell you, man, I'm loving that. I'm loving that. I get to showcase some
You
stuff.
get to showcase some stuff? Oh, see, that's always exciting, dog. Every actor, like we do like so many roles, when we get them ones where we know that we can show out.
Yeah.
Man, them boys feel so good. And you still doing stage.
Absolutely.
You still doing stage.
There's no place like home. Delusional stage play. Yep. We just came off. We had two dates, and it's been down in Cincinnati. Shout out to
the Nasty Natty.
Yeah, shout out to Victoria Foster and the cast from Delusional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we right back at them this August for Delusional 2.
This August Delusional 2. You ready for that?
Man, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's not. It's just something about that stage.
Yeah, it's raw.
You know what I mean? And it ain't no cut. It ain't no not coming prepared. You know what I mean? You working with like everybody is there, and it's kind of like how I feel about the world right now. Like everybody got to be there to do their part, or it don't work, bro. Yeah. Anybody in the stage play who come on who don't know they like they will destroy it.
I'm trying to tell you, and then you got. The dynamic part about stage, man, is just the energy that you get from the crowd. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that too, bro.
And
man,
it's like when you a stage actor, man, you basically a MC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can control the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And
you get the feeling off of them, see what they're gonna do, and that's, bro. I've been like that my whole life, just loving that atmosphere, loving that feeling, loving hearing them scream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just. Rocking shows, like I'm blessed to have rock shows.
Listen,
like, ooh, bro, like just hearing everybody screaming and laughing and like dog, like that definitely gives me just goosebumps of like being on there doing it.
Yep. Let me give you your flowers, man, because I remember many years ago, right around the corner, man, you and Kamal, man, I watched you masterfully. You Delicious co-star, she was right there next to you, co-star with you in this, I believe it was called Millennium Theater.
Yeah.
Kamal, that's when he was in his early debut as director, writing, and shout out to our brother, Marley Marl. But I watched you, boy, like kill it. You know what I'm saying? Like before you was my brother, I was a fan of your work, and I'm still a fan of your work because,
thank you.
When we talk about, I always get asked this, and then sometimes I fall into categories. But when you talk about my favorite actors, like my top 5 favorite actors, like I don't do just the local thing, right? What I do is I know the work that you put in, right? So when I say a Will Smith, I got Dez not far. He right there. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about the Denzels, I look in the mirror confidently because we can go toe to toe, blow for blow, and I'm saying that confidently, not arrogantly, confidently. Yeah. So, man, shout out to us.
And it's crazy, that I had just had an argument with some people, which I don't argue very much at all, but we had an argument because they were really acting as if they couldn't see themselves doing something better than someone else, or not even necessarily better, more so of what they're looking for, more so of what they see people liking.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So they just, man, it's crazy. And I just got mad, like, dog, like how can you not
see
go
yourself?
after, or go after your potential, or just even see yourself as that person? Like, I really don't understand that, but I'm just blessed that I don't. I feel that way.
It ain't for us to get it.
Because, bro, I know that we will, and everybody else understands that too. But I know that we will, Miles. Yeah, now I forgot what the hell I was about to say. But anyway, bro, let's keep it going because it's something that you put together.
Yeah.
And that's always the baby. That's always the grandest feeling of everything, and that's Torn.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, man.
What about it, bro?
Well, I guess I can just make this official announcement. Shout out to my brother Dez for being a part of this cast. He has been cast.
Bro. I'm so excited, dog.
Torn is it's been in development for like 2 years now, almost 2 years now. It's a series. It's based on a character. His name is Maverick Blackstone. He's married to a prosecutor. And there's some twists and some turns that's coming from his past.
Imagine being married to a prosecutor.
Yeah, and he's a detective himself. So, but there's layers in him, like where if I had to make him relatable to a character, I would say my man from Snowfall. What's his name?
Okay, the main character.
The main character, Franklin. Right. So it kind of feel like Franklin as a cop. You know what I'm saying? So he has this guy has a past, and it's like flooding his current situation. So Torn, he comes up against a lot of situations where he has to make some decisions. That's not only him, but just your character yourself. Like people gonna love us, man, because I before I went on the casting tour, I selected the main cast.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And I did it strategically. You have brothers. You know what I'm saying? I won't disclose who the brothers is. You're just one of them. But I know.
Yeah, I know.
So and that lineup out the gate is
in itself. Yeah.
Nobody has even seen anybody put that type.
And what's funny is we could be like if we was all sat at a table.
Yeah,
it would look like we were brothers.
I swear, I promise.
Yeah.
So I took my time with that, and I'm like super excited, man, to bring real talent under some great writing. Shout out to my writer's room.
That kind of brings us into what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
And because you talked about the past or whatever, Torn, the character, his past kind of taking him different places and making him do different things.
Yep.
Right. What we want to talk about is generational patterns. Okay. And just by you give me my flowers, I want to give you flowers about something. You already know I'll give you later the flowers on the acting tip. But just as a man, I want to give you your flowers for taking something that we know that everybody around us struggles with you not even having a huge problem with it like that, but saying, I'm going to stop this, make it publicly that you're going to stop it, and not even miss a beat, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're teaching people?
Accountability.
Exactly, dog.
You know, yeah. So for those of you who don't know, what my brother Dez is talking about is my announcing of me taking back my sobriety. And not that I'm not dealing with any health issues, and like he said, it never affected me like professionally or anything. It's just I want to go on a walk where I see things a little bit more clear, and
Absolutely.
I can feel things. And the reason why I'm doing that is because so long over the years, you know, I would use drinking as a coping mechanism, and that was taught. You know, I've seen, you know, my mother drank, my brother drank, you know what I'm saying? My grandmother drank, her brothers drank, you know, everybody drank. So it's real easy to pick up. And, you know, I could see an argument happening. We even watch it on TV. We even portray characters.
I was raised in a bar.
Yeah,
that you
absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
A few times.
And we've both then experienced similar issues with drinking. I had a DUI back in 2021.
I had 4 in my 20s.
I only had 1, but no, it's serious though. You know,
I mean, thinking about it now, understanding like how immature I was at that time. Yeah. Even after going through it so many times.
But look, you said you had 4 in your 20s.
Yeah.
See, we well into our 40s now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's part of the growing.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that I wish I never got more. I mean, I do wish I would have made better decisions at that time, but also too, I had to grow, like you said.
You got to grow.
I had to understand what it was.
Yeah, and you know what? Since we talking about growing, I want to say to you as a man, like it's okay to give yourself grace. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta, you know, we go through things. You know, we all have this common denominator. Me, you, Miles, Lowe, everybody that male wise or female wise that I probably name, that I haven't named or will name, and that common denominator is life.
Absolutely.
You know, it comes at us sometimes, full force. You know, and we if we're not mentally sound and clear, like we can succumb to some stuff.
Yeah, and but I'd also too, with that being said, that's just saying that I was able to see what I don't prefer.
Yeah,
not necessarily what I shouldn't have done, but when you step into that realm of understanding what that was and not only accepting it, understanding it as teaching tools for what you're doing now, then you win.
Absolutely.
But it's so many people who get themselves locked down on the past, which to me don't even exist.
Yeah.
Like I truthfully feel like you create the past, the memories or whatever, like in the now.
Yeah. Yeah,
I really do. Yeah. And I know a lot of people don't agree with that. They may think that sounds crazy, but I really do. So I do believe that you have the opportunity to learn what you want to learn in things. And also, if you're not moving on to better things, there's a reason why, and you need to find that out.
Facts.
And people don't. Like, you have to figure out because listen, you're staying in the place that you're at because you feel like it's a safer place.
Yeah, people be scared.
They're scared,
People
bro.
be scared.
And they don't understand that.
And let me be very specific when I say people. Men. Men have we struggle. Some of us want to admit it or not. We struggle with identity
all day
and reassurance. Being reassured that we are man, because what society presents to us, hey, we have to cry in the dark. We have to handle things as a man would.
Yeah.
But what does that really look like?
That's and that's a segue to one of our things talking about role plays.
Yeah.
What's your role? Who are you? But who created this ideal role for you? You know what I mean? So if you say a father, I want to be a good father. Well, what does that really entail? Because you really have no idea how good a father was to his kids because you're seeing it from the outside.
Yeah.
So you have no idea. So you bring that forth into your position, which is totally different from whatever father you thought was the best father. And then you're going to put yourself in there and make you think like you got to be like him and do what they do to be a father. Like you killing yourself.
Yeah. I know I grew up with some people, some guys that where their father worked like heavy hours to provide.
We just talked about that last week.
And they were absent in the home.
Yeah.
And they was running wild because all they had at home was mom. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I've grew up where you basically, you had the father at home, but then the mother was the breadwinner. But then he's getting looked upon as a nothing type of dude. But he's spending time and he's teaching his son the manhood qualities. But
quote unquote to the world,
he's a slum. Know, and then his son, may come across someone whose father is out and just gives him everything. As a gift for his absence or something like that. So yeah, we get taught wrong. And what I've learned over the years is that I had to relearn a lot of things.
And that's the thing. But not also, but just understand the mental aspect that we were in when we were learning those things.
Yeah.
And just take it all the way back to where you believe you got that information from. Was it your mother? Was it your pastor? Was it one of your aunties, your uncles? Was it a gangster homie on the street? Where did you get this belief from? Was it something that you saw? But if it's not something like that you got on your own, and you got to understand you can change that and should.
Yeah. I grew up in a fatherless home.
Okay.
My dad walked out of my life when I was 8 years old. The last image that I have of him was the back of his head walking down the street. Him and my mom had got into an argument. I was outside. This is the story that was given to me. So, but I did see him walk off. Some years had passed and they had got on the phone. They was arguing on the phone. I picked the phone up and I heard him say, I wasn't his child. And I'm like, all right, dude, click. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I probably was about like 11 years old. Did that hurt me? Absolutely. And I grew up, with basically separation issues. You know what I'm saying? Like my own father said I wasn't his. You get what I'm saying? Right. And now I know he probably was saying that. I'm gonna hope I'll give him grace. He probably was saying that to make my mom mad. My mom, she wasn't no angel. I don't know what what they relationship really looked like because I was young. My older sister and older brother they had a great relationship with my father. They speak very highly of him, and they tell me all the time, man, you look like him. Your wits, your the way that you're smart. You just like him. You know what I'm saying? So
go ahead. You know how I feel about that though, and it's great that you said that because you said like your brothers and sisters think something differently, or not just think something different, feel a certain way, but. That's why I really, really, truly believe we pick things before we get here about what we want to experience.
Yeah.
And I believe that you said to his spirit, hey, I don't need you to, like our higher selves.
Yeah.
Not talking about ourselves here because we got to go through it and feel it.
Yep.
But your higher self saying, I don't need you to be that father for me. I don't want you to be that father for me in this lifetime because there's some strength that I'm about to get off that shit.
Off that. I had
now,
to.
your brothers and sisters might have not made that situation. They might have said, yeah, I need my father to be this. I need my father to be that.
Mm-hmm.
But your soul was so strong. Like, bro, I don't need that.
Yep.
Because I can get stronger without having it.
It's called conditioning. You know what I'm saying? You have to condition. Like I heard, like this wasn't transcribed to me. This wasn't something that I heard from somebody else. This came from his mouth.
Right.
So, that told me at that point, like, all right, I got to man up and I got to cope and deal with this as such. Now, moving forward, I want to say something very, very vital. Like even my mother never talked to me bad about my father. Like, and the God rest both their souls now. But even my brother and sister, like they taught me or enlightened me that they were best friends before I even came about. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to I appreciate my mom not painting that picture.
Gotcha.
And it, the sad thing that happened was when I came home from the military, I had traveled the world, I had met people, I had a different appreciation for life, and I was ready to have a conversation with my dad. And I was actually not too far from here. I was looking at an apartment. Me and my second oldest son's mother was looking for an apartment, and my mom called me. And I remember her calling me, telling me, she was like, "Hey Wesley, like where you at?" I was like, me and Kyla, that's her name. We was out looking for an apartment, and she was like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. What's going on?" She said, "Well, I just left the Social Security office, and they informed me that your dad had passed away." I'm like, "Wow." I mean, I'm thinking when you hear that, I'm thinking it just happened.
Right.
He passed away back in 1995, and this year it was 2003. So I'm ready. I came home from the military.
Right.
I went into the military in 1998, and then I came home. I did my 4 years. My 4 years of active duty. I came home in 2002. So I'm ready to have this conversation.
So wait, but also too, and people got to understand this. So you coming from understanding the hood,
Yeah.
being that type of young man to the military,
Yeah.
which changes
Yep.
all that or whatever. You're
Yep.
thinking everything. You get strengthened there, and now you want to come
Yeah.
and handle.
That 100 the grown man business.
Yeah.
And going back to the military, I fought in 2 wars. Like there was a very quiet war that happened during the whole anthrax time. You know what I'm saying? It was that. And then shortly thereafter, everybody know what happened September 11, 2001. And we spent a lot of time out on water, meaning we didn't hit any ports or anything. So I had a lot of time to reflect and think. Like, one of the things, one of my to-do lists was to talk to my dad. Like,
What do you think that conversation would have been like?
It would have been, I think it would have been a very, very uncomfortable, transparent moment. You know what I'm saying? Because
Which is needed
all
the time.
All the time. So, of course, there'd have been some things that I would have asked him not to tear him down, but I'd have gave him reassurance, like, "Hey, I'm a man. I get it." Because now at that time in 2002, I had my first child at 2 years old. Okay. I mean, he was 2 years old, and so I had a little bit of time being a father.
Did that force you to say, "I'm going to be a father"?
That forced me to, because I don't want that for him.
Don't want that feeling.
So, and I even shared that with my first child's baby mom, and it's kind of like she played into it. Like, and that's a whole nother conversation. But here we go. So I wanted for me to be the better version of me, being that dad. I needed that conversation, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to have it because he had passed before I even graduated high school. So
do you know anything about his past? Because we talking about generational things. So even in my meditation state, even like, okay, so first I had got a reading or whatever, and a woman was talking about my past generational legacy with the men of my family. Now, I didn't know my dad's biological father my whole life. We just found them, probably about 5-6 years ago or so. So I'm just getting to know these people. But what I have been able to see is that there has been a very, very a set trait of the men in my family dying very young. All of them, even my grandfather. And not only dying very young, having multiple families in different places that they don't take care of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as we understand, genetically, you're bringing into your past trauma from your family is in you already.
Absolutely.
A lot of people be feeling down and out, don't know why. I think they're going crazy, going through some things, scared of something. That's downloaded biological trauma.
And a lot of it's passed down from the father.
We just found out, according to genetics, that all of it is.
Yeah.
All the negative, all the drama, like it's definitely genes passed on through the mom, but that drama, that negative is passed down from the father.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's my thoughts on that, right? There is capability to breaking the generational past down, that trauma, that everything.
I was going to say that I was, but we're talking.
So I feel like, like I say, with me, I had to first give myself grace because I had my brother and I have my sister to talk to, but that's only going to get me so far. You get what I'm saying? That conversation, my issue was with Pops, and I wanted to know. So speaking of, I don't know much about his, my dad, he's Panamanian, but he was raised in Haiti.
Got you.
So I'm half Panamanian and I'm half black. You know what I'm saying? So my wife, shout out to my wife, she likes that type of thing. She likes to go that DNA research because she's a nurse, and then she just likes to know the history. She always asks me about that. Do you know about his mom and this, that, and the other? I said I knew her name was Doris. Okay, but I don't know much. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing about your grandfather?
Not on his side.
Not on his side.
Not my mom's dad. Yeah,
for sure.
But not too much on his side. Other than what I do know is he was born in Panama and he spoke 13 different languages.
Got you.
He was a 3rd degree mixed martial art specialist. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother tell me all the time, she's like, you good with your hands because I'm like, bruh. Right. He ain't taught me one thing. You know what I'm saying?
But just the right.
He was like, so I get it. Right. But I feel like there is things that you have to do as a man, to break that generational trauma,
absolutely,
chains and dramatics and things of that nature. And the first step is just identifying, hey, this is what's wrong with me, and because we can point out the things that's right, and we attack those things. Now, I've had some things going on in my life where I didn't understand, like you said, things happen. I'm talking about in my 40s. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why am I feeling like this? You know what I'm saying? So I did some therapy. My wife recommended me, to get some therapy, and as I'm talking to the therapist, they're telling me like, hey, you got some past trauma that's not a part of you. So what you're saying is true. Yeah. I'm just giving you confirmation.
And then people have that post-traumatic stress disorder and is weighing on them. They like, well, what did I do? Yeah. You ain't do nothing.
And then sometimes we end up taking it out. We let these things out on the people that's closest to us because it
happens all the time.
And it's never like the intent, you know what I'm saying? But we still have to have the accountability of what we do.
My the generational curse that I broke was our men in our family allowing pleasure, no matter what it was, to overtake who they were. Yeah. My dad, he would have been an amazing father. And he was, I say he was, but I know the type of father he would have been. Yeah. If it wasn't for his addiction to the heroin. Yeah. My uncle. Yeah. Amazing dude. I know how much of a father he'd been, but he spent his life in prison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My grandfather, they said he was a traveling medical salesman or whatever who just used to hop around and have families in all these different places, and they don't even know like what it is.
Wow.
So the object was to see if you could be your unique self without having to chase what I like to call false pleasures.
Facts.
Because when you get that real pleasure, the false pleasures just don't seem the same
no more.
It ain't the same.
It's really disgusting.
It is.
You know, and that takes, you have to get to that space though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so again, more flowers to you and more flowers to me, to allow ourselves grace to get there, you know, and not just saying, hey, we got to live up to this stigma of what our peers, you know, what we see some of our peers do, because we get approached with everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in the line of work that we in. And I know that as much success as that we both have had and that we are going to have, like there's more to come. And I think a lot of the reason why we haven't just took off to that point yet is because there's still preparation that we have to go through. But I do think and I do feel that we're getting real close.
No, we are.
Because this is needed.
But that's what the best thing about it is, that we're understanding that what we went through is preparing us for this.
Yeah.
And I see people who are in our line of work who didn't go through what we went through. They not the same.
No.
They can't have the same emotion. They can't build the same characters because they've never really felt it.
They've never felt it.
And that's what's beautiful about us. But also, too, we were able to learn that on our own without the necessary help that people said that we were supposed to get.
Yeah.
So it reminds me of the story that was told to me during meditation after. And they said it's a story that's supposed to have been like around a long time, but I ain't never heard it. It's the story of the butterfly and the grasshopper. Have you ever heard it? So there's a butterfly and there's a grasshopper. The butterfly is getting into his cocoon. He's in his cocoon. He's been there. The grasshopper sees him in the cocoon. He goes to him. The butterfly is struggling to get out of the cocoon. The grasshopper sees him struggling and said, I gotta help him. Like, I'm out here, he in there struggling. He can't do nothing for himself. I gotta help him. So the grasshopper jumps in, busts open the cocoon or the chrysalis, and the butterfly comes out. And the butterfly says, I will never fly. And he like, why? He like, because I needed my wings to get strong. When I was busting the chrysalis, when I was busting the cocoon, that came from my wings, pumping and doing everything to get strong. Now, because you saved me, I will never, ever fly.
Wow.
And that didn't happen to us.
Right.
Thank God, bro.
Yeah.
We was able to get them wings the way that we needed to get them wings, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
No grasshopper came to save us, dog, and we blessed as hell for that shit.
Facts.
Dog.
Facts, man. And that's, you know what? I'm going to tell that to my kids, man. You know, because, you know, being a parent in today's times, like, you know, I know in the generation thing, like I wanted to be better than my parents.
Exactly.
You know, so we move different, right? But like, you know, with us having kids, you know, it's like, you know what, you can't disable your child. You know, you got to let them, like you said, you got to let them wings pump.
And that's why I stopped telling my kids that I wanted them to be better than me, because I did, you know what I mean? And I'm telling them, like, you gonna be better than me. You gonna be better than me. And I had to just tell them, no, I just want you to be your most authentic self. No matter what it is, because I don't want them to have to start gauging what they're doing off what I've done.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was doing that all the time. Like, you're gonna be better. You're gonna have all these friends. You're gonna be able to do this. You're gonna be able to do this. But what if they don't want to?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? What if that's not in their life story? Now, are they not have a bad life because they didn't do this and do this how you did and didn't? No. So off rip, that's a blessing too.
Yeah. Letting their child have their own identity. You know what I'm saying? Like, now what I do with my son, my youngest son, Trey, every day, he likes his video games, of course, right? But he's tossed around the idea like, hey, I want to play basketball and play football, whatever.
How old is he?
He's 11.
11, okay.
But I pay attention to his habits. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, if you really into this, you saying one thing, but you're showing me something else. But either one of them is fine. I just have to monitor this side, right? So now what I do is every day, you got to give me some daily deposits. Yeah. What happened in school? What did you learn in school? Okay. All right. Before you do, you want to get on the game? Okay. I need 350 push-ups, 350 squats, 350 crunches.
If this is what you want to do.
We're going to build at least strong structure, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to grow up weak. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen a lot of children.
No, it's bad now,
it's
bro.
just soft and crash out.
Kids didn't play all day.
Yeah.
Like we did.
I got in trouble for not coming in the house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you supposed to been up in this house. We coming, like, there wasn't like a day that I could look out the window like, no, y'all, I ain't coming out.
Nah.
Like, you would get clowned.
No, I didn't care if it was raining. I didn't care if it was snow.
I wasn't about to be in that house.
I'm not in the house, bro.
I bet you that. But all that running, playing, being out there, which could have changed into anything because of the time that we grew up and the things that we grew up around, anything could have happened.
Yeah. And you know what? So here's my thought on that too. Like, the only thing that has changed is the way that we think. Like, it's been pedophiles, it's been rapists, it's been kidnappers out here for generations.
I want to jump off a cliff and tell you that that's the only thing that will change.
So it's the thinking
aspect. Your mindset on what is going on.
Yeah, like if you allow your kid to sit in front of their phone all day, they will do it. They are a child, right? If
I just told my son that. I said, hey, man, I'm failing you in that area.
Yeah.
Because you're a kid. You're going to do it. But I'm not supposed to, or I'm supposed to build some structure where you don't want to do it.
So what we got to do is just tighten up. You know what I'm saying? As parents, we say that this generation, they lost. Why are they lost though?
Yeah.
Because we the dads and the grandddads.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Who else taught them?
So we dropped the ball.
We the one lost them.
We the one lost them.
Exactly.
So if we can't look in the mirror or look each other man to man and say, hey dog, I got your son. If I see him doing wrong, then it's a problem.
As we talked about with the different roles and who you supposed to be and everything, I believe our generation and the generations beforehand were so capped on what it was to be a good person.
Yeah.
A God-fearing person, a this, a that, what it was to be that we missed out on so much.
Yeah.
These new kids ain't on that shit, bro.
No.
They ain't on that shit. They not with your line up and do this and do this and do this and do. No, they not. They understand something differently, bro. And they're going towards what they love, what excites them. And it's going to look crazy to us.
Yeah.
Because that's not how we.
It's gonna sound crazy. It's gonna look crazy. All that. They got. The thing is, they can make money sitting at home. Absolutely. We are learning how to do it. It's like they coming out already knowing how to do it.
I just can't imagine. Like I always knew about cell phones. Like my whole life, everything. Like I think the whole world was just always cell phones. Like I can't even imagine it because we do that with like phones. Because we like, man. Time people didn't have house phones.
Watch this. I'm about to scare you.
Okay.
You ready for this, Miles? We are the last generation to know what it feels like and to be pre-existent to social media.
Yeah.
We are the last generation.
Yeah.
Every generation that's come after us.
Social media.
Yeah. And that's and we can, let's go on head down that rabbit hole. Yeah. That's why we have the situations with the mental health.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, what they want to classify as mental
It
health.
paints the false picture
Yeah.
of what you should be.
Yeah.
You get this thought of, and like we said, Rose, you get this thought of, I'm a young girl who's supposed to be doing this, and
Yeah.
doing that. You doing it, you're not getting the right reaction of what you think is happening. Now your whole life changes.
Yep. You're not getting enough likes and you're not getting enough
I told my
comments.
son, bro, I said, bro, I do not, if everything that we did as high schoolers was posted on something, it would be over. Like it would, bro. No, like we was like, bro, no cameras. Like
No, we didn't want to be seen.
We never wanted to be, bro. It just baffles me, dog. And I thank God that I had that opportunity to live a life where I wasn't scared for the world to see every mistake I make, or quote unquote mistake I make.
That's why we are very like amongst the elite of what we do.
Absolutely.
For that very same reason, because we didn't want that, and now we like, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and so now I don't care what the world says.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But you got to get there.
You got to get there.
But one thing of getting there is thinking about what makes you feel as if that's the person that you got to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just want to let you know, when you're chasing after that person that you think you're supposed to be, you not being yourself. And that's the worst shit in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not just bad on you, it's bad on everybody else around you. If you not being yourself, then you lying to everybody.
And you wake up feeling empty.
Empty. I mean, you don't even get the chance to feel fulfilled.
Nope.
Because you never do. Because you never yourself,
You're chasing
bro.
a false illusion.
You chasing a false illusion, and you get caught in that, and you keep doing it over and over and over again. You'll get out of one. Let's just say you do make it to that spot. Now you made it to that spot, and that false illusion is false. Now you really on something.
Yeah.
When I was in LA, it was so many millionaires like, oh man, I got this big old mansion and nobody to share it with. Of course, dog. Because you dogged everybody that you had to in order for you to get it.
Yeah.
You thought that was the person that you had to be in order for you to get it. And all them people realized that ain't you.
Exactly.
You putting together this false narrative, and now you got what you think you got, being a person that you thought you wanted to be, and I don't nobody want to be around your ass.
Man, I got homies, right, with associates, I say, man, that's well off. But they tap into me. They tap into me like every so often to get my opinion, my insight on things. And I'm like, okay, bro, but you got it all. You know, I'm being sarcastic when I say this,
but right.
But you got it all, brother.
And that was one thing that I was surprised by too, and it took me a minute to understand that they didn't have it all. Them people who I thought was this person who I would never know,
Yeah.
They was blowing my phone up.
Yeah.
Like, what you doing?
What you doing? What you
you mean?
think? What you think about this?
Yeah. I'm going to this. I'm going to this, bro. I can't make it on the West Side. All right. Well, I ain't gonna go. What? Like, you're a millionaire, bro. Like,
Exactly.
What? I'm about to hop on the train, dog.
Exactly.
And you can't go nowhere because I'm not going. And that's what I saw. And it's such a huge blessing that I saw it, because I had this whole scope of what life was supposed to be and how I was going to make my money and what I was going to do as soon as I get it.
Yeah.
And I was never myself.
Yeah. Wow.
I was never myself.
Wow.
And that's what people fall into, bro.
And they fall hard, man. They fall hard. I just lost a very dear friend of mine, man, on April 3rd. Just met him back in like August of last year. 27 years old. He was actually in a stage play, Delusional, that I'm in.
Okay.
And he committed suicide. 27 years old, super talented. He was a poet. What can I say, man? He left an impression. You know how you can meet somebody and like today and like fall in love with their spirit and their energy.
Absolutely.
You know, and this young guy did that, man. Great poet, great. You know, he had a very bright future in there, and with acting, and he took my classes. We did some one-on-ones and stuff like that. I was pouring into him, and one day I get a call from a couple other cast members that they couldn't find him. You know what I'm saying? And a couple of them had went out with him the night before. And where I'm going at with this is, you never know what somebody's going through.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And the next day, like I said, that's when I got the calls. They ended up finding him. He killed himself or whatnot. But I wanted to touch on that because for everybody that's hearing me right now, especially if you know me, please, 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 check on your strong people.
Absolutely.
Check on the ones that's always going above and beyond for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. You can see your phone ring and you might be like, okay, I can call that person right back. I got to, whatever you're doing. But if that's the case, call them right back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or, dang, man, this person keep calling me with the same issues. Guess what? That second, third, fourth time that they may call, that might be a cry out for help.
Absolutely.
Man, I just wanted to touch on that, man, because, his funeral was just yesterday, and I wasn't able to make it. And I hope that, his family, his mom, his sisters and stuff, find some healing.
Yeah.
Just want to send some love that way.
No, absolutely, bro. But this is how I feel about that. And this is something that I've got through meditation. Nobody leaves this place early. No matter what, they leave in this place when they signed up to leave this place. The way they left this place is because what they wanted to leave this world with. So now what is he telling us? The same thing that you talked about on check on your people. He could have gave his life just for that. It could be somebody listening who might answer the phone tonight who wouldn't have answered the phone and saved somebody's life. That soul understands all that.
Yeah.
That soul understands all that. And they give themselves up in those ways to teach us a lesson about what we're thinking and where we at. Because it's all just a reflection of who we is and what we own.
Yeah.
Flat out.
Yeah.
And when them things like that happen, you understand that soul was so strong to go through with that, to teach you a lesson about who you need to be and what you need to be doing, especially to the people around you.
Yeah.
Because obviously nobody knew what was going on or whatever, or nobody was on it.
It was no crumbs left nowhere.
No, nothing. See?
Nothing.
Souls will give their lives for us to understand that, so you never know what's about to happen next. And that's how I feel about those things.
Yeah.
And it's definitely sad because it's supposed to be sad, dog.
It's supposed to be sad.
It's supposed to be. And he gave himself up in that way because it was supposed to be sad for you. He tricked on your soul. It was supposed to let you understand that this is not supposed to be happening. This is something that I don't prefer for nobody. So this has to stop. It has to stop. And it takes death a lot of times for those things to happen.
Right.
But we got to understand we can't be sad for that. So we got to understand, hey, if that soul did that for this, checkmate. Because I'm going out and I'm on your behalf. I'm going to preach about this so it'll never happen again, dog. Shout out to your soul, bro, for you doing this.
Absolutely. Shout out to your soul.
Bro, and if we take that and like go that way with things, it'll be amazing. I know people who have ruined their marriages because a mother died or a father died or somebody died. They left me behind. They did this, they did that. And in reality, dog, they were giving you what you really needed. But you was just so trapped in you not being, and that's what I'm saying. So it's these roles. Your mother gotta be on this earth for her to be able to touch you or be with you, or somebody gotta be right there all the time for them to be able to help you and be able to get your spirit. It's these same definitions that we putting on this shit that's killing us. Because we ain't gonna never have our eyes open to everything.
Facts. Most of us only got our eyes on what's put right in front of us.
That's it, bro.
And halfway understand that.
And halfway understand that. When it's a whole nother world out there that we should be getting, but we can't because we limit ourselves because we think that's what's supposed to be happening.
Absolutely.
That's why when TV was here, bro, they was making sure that they was the ones that picked everything that we were supposed to see. Because we was only supposed to be seeing that.
Right.
Dog, white people for a long time thought all black people was from good times. Like, that's how all y'all live in projects. Right. All y'all poor. All y'all shuffling and surviving. Hanging in the child line. Right. All y'all. But that's what they were taught. That's the only thing that they saw.
Yeah.
So once that's there, what else is it? I'm not about to open myself up to no black people if I'm, you know what I mean? I'm thinking they off impulse. I'm thinking they gonna rob me.
Right.
So now I'm shut down to that, and you could have had the best relationship with a black person ever. That could have been your angel. That could have been anything.
Anything.
And you shut it down.
Yep.
And that's what people got to understand too, dog. Let people be themselves.
Please. That's the best thing that that's the best thing that you could do for yourself.
Hey man, whatever they doing 99.999% of the time, it ain't none of your damn business, bro. Let people be themselves, please.
Let me go a little bit further. You want to limit your stress? Stop putting your expectations off on me.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? If it's a thief in your life, trust that thief to be a thief.
To be a thief.
Just don't leave nothing around him. You don't have to worry about him being a bishop, you know, because even if he go be a bishop, he's still a thief.
Still a thief.
You see what I'm saying? Trust people to be themselves when they show you that.
Yeah. And don't try to change them.
Nah.
Don't be the grasshopper.
Don't be the grasshopper.
You know what I mean? Like they have to learn.
Yeah.
And that's what I had to understand too, man. That person is a perfect soul in heaven. They're learning something. They have to be like that in order for them to learn whatever their soul needs to learn. That's how they have to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, more power to you. I love you. You got to live your life. But I'm not about to grasshopper your ass.
Yeah, you gotta go through that.
You got to. Because nobody grasshoppered me. I understand the meaning of that and the strength that I got from not getting grasshoppered. So I'm not about to do it to you because I'm selling you short. Bro, I was in LA. I'm sitting on Miss Tina's couch. And I can't say who was telling me this. But they was like, I will never give you a dime. Now, this person could have gave me the seat could have gave me the money from the cushions in his couch and changed my life. He said, I never give you a dime. And I'm like, dang. And he like, because I'm taking from you what you're about to remember after you get your money. The times that you have it now is what you going to talk about when the bread come. Because once everything changed, ain't no going back. Ain't no going back to the way people used to treat you. Ain't no going back to be able to just walk and do whatever the hell you want to do and do this and do that and move the way you want to move and not worry about your passwords. And that's over with. Everybody coming around has some type of something that they trying to get from you. And we want that. Like we want somebody to give us something but that ain't it. We got to understand the road is what it is.
Yes.
The road is what it is. We
journey.
Always looking for tomorrow,
The journey. I had the pleasure, Russell Simmons gave me the same. I'll name drop on this.
Okay.
For those who don't know, I'm the chairman of a nonprofit. It's entitled Killing is Whack. All right, so I'm gonna take you back to the year is 2009, maybe 2010. I had my homeboy who's the founder, his name, Chuck Robb. Shout out to Charles. He sent me a box of T-shirts. A lot of people might have seen me back in the day with them. You know what I'm saying? Most of them was black and white.
I remember.
Killing is Whack, right? So this was when Northland was still open. He was doing a book signing over at Macy's. So I said, you know what, man, it'd be dope if I can get this shirt to him. Just explain to him what we doing. Even if he take a picture with the shirt, take a anything. It'd do something for us. Give us some motion.
LL for FUBU.
You know what I'm saying?
So that was it.
So boom, I went and waited in this 2-hour line. And when I finally got to him, I had my pitch together. And I purchased the book so I can get the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So as he was signing the book, I was telling him about myself, gave him the picture about what we was doing, and then by the time I made sure that I ended it and landed what I had to say, by the time he finished scribbling, so I had to talk quick. Right. You know what I'm saying? So he was getting people out the way. So he looked up at me. He said, "So what do you want me to do with this?" I said, "It would be dope if you can wear it, take a picture." He's like, "You know what?" He's like, "I'm not going to do none of that." He's like, "Because I could take this today and blow it out of the water, right? Would you be ready for it? What's to come with it?" And I had to answer him. I had to answer him honestly. No, I don't even know. I don't even know. Right. And that's the point. He said, "Build your foundation." Build from the basement up. Yeah. He's like, be every aspect, be the janitor, be the person. And when you get to that CEO spot or the owner, whatever it is, guess what? You can go right back down the elevator and start and have a conversation with everybody.
And like you
now
said, them expectations. Yeah. Don't think people are supposed to have the love for it like you do. Yeah. Or even period. Just let them be themselves.
He said it was great. It's very admirable. Everything. He's like, but are you ready?
Are you ready?
Was this something that you just thought of a year ago, 2 years ago? And I thank him for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I got to build this thing. We got to build this thing up. So shout out to my guy, Charles Robb. He's still down in Atlanta pushing and grooving, killing is still whack. And what we doing is we help raise the awareness on the senseless acts of crimes and violence and stuff of that nature.
And what's crazy is, bro, like growing up in the hood, you would think that most people got killed for drugs. No, most people got killed for jealousy from what I've saw.
Yeah.
It was so many niggas beefing just because they was jealous. Yeah. Somebody had, somebody else had, somebody did this, somebody did that,
they got this girl.
Somebody got this girl, and usually it was women.
Yeah.
So it was really jealousy that was causing all of this. But it was because they thought they had to be this sort of person, bro.
Yep.
Trapped. And we always talking about, man, I'm about to go in the trap. I'm sitting in the trap, chilling, dog. It's a trap for a reason, dog.
It's a trap.
It's a mental trap. As if that's what you got to do. I was just telling him how I rolled through the hood with my homie, one from the hood. And he said, man, this was back in the white tee day. He like, bro, look at y'all. Y'all in uniform. Everybody in white tees, dog, y'all might as well be in prison. Y'all all look the same and stupid.
Trap,
bro. And we mentally thinking like that in my white, like we mentally thinking that's how we supposed to be.
And trap only means true reality ain't perfect.
It ain't at all. But the thing is, for you to be able to take that out of your mind, for you to be able to be like, I can be like water. I do not have to commit to nothing that nobody else. I don't got to be the father that you think I should be. I don't got to be the husband that you think I should be. I don't got to be the man that you think I should be. The only thing that matters is what I think I should be. And when we living like that, dog, all that stress, all that shit, you don't think about that shit, bro.
No. You wake up calmer.
Dog, you don't think about it, dog. All you do is see other people who ain't living that way be like, damn, you might need to do what I did. That's all you can do.
That's all,
Because it's just how we was talking about drinking. Once you on the other side of drinking, you see all them people and you like, damn, I was like that?
Yeah, you sit and watch the transformation.
Yeah, whoa, like I was really this drunk doing this. Like, and you like, damn, bro, like,
I'm sorry.
But you gotta be on the other side of that.
Yeah.
Shit,
you gotta give yourself grace to get there. I'm not saying that I'll never drink again, but I just want to give myself time for whatever God is going to, what he's doing with me. I want to be able to feel it. I want to be able to see it. I want to be able to embrace it. You know what I mean? Because as we know, you know, if it's all good, when it's all good, it's all good. But what about the times when it ain't so good?
Yeah.
You got to. That's where the real lessons are at.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I teach my boys, man. Like, listen, man, you gotta go through something, you know, to get to where you're trying to go. It's nothing is going to be perfect.
They saying that the souls in heaven is lined up to have tough lives. They lined up to have tough lives because of what it gives their soul. They're not lined up to be millionaires. They're not trying to come back and be a millionaire.
Right.
They lined up to struggle so their souls can be what it need to be when they leave this place. And that's what we need to understand. They lined up to do the same shit that we running from.
Right.
We running from. But can't nobody be authentic like us. That's why black people winning right now. Everybody, like, they want the rhythm, but they don't want the blues, bro.
Damn.
We had to live through the blues. They can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't put you in the trap for 8 years, bro. I can't put you in a place where you can grow up like I grew up. First of all, that would be child endangerment. Second
Big
of
time.
all, like, I don't want you to do that.
I don't want you to do that.
But we anomalies, bro. We the butterflies that didn't get approached by no grasshopper.
Thank God.
Thank God. And for all y'all going through something, and I know it's going to be hard, but thank God.
Thank God.
It means something. It happened for you, not to you.
Yeah.
It happened for you, not to you. What can you get out of this? And when you get it, you're going to be laughing because it's going to be like, dang, that's the key right there.
Right there.
I ain't go through none of them emotions. I ain't go through that. I just got what it was. And that's the key.
That's the key.
And then that's when you can really let go. And, you know, I want people to see what I see every time I meditate. I want people to feel how I feel about everybody. I don't have no consideration about what I think that you can be, dog. I just want to feel your love and be around you, and it's what it is.
That's tight.
Ever since I've been living that life, dog, everything has been beautiful.
That's tight.
And not necessarily beautiful like there is no problems, but beautiful in the way that I think about my problems.
Yeah.
They just go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just something that I need to do next.
And part of this is, you know, we don't go through 90% of the stuff that's in our head.
No.
We create problems.
That's the same thing with anxiety.
Yeah.
We create that.
We create the anxiety.
It ain't even started.
Because we try to live in two different places.
Bro,
you know,
your anxiety up there, I bet you 99% of the time, what happened was not what you thought was going to happen, was not as bad.
Yep.
But you don't even got to be thinking about that.
And the thing is, people don't even realize they made it through 100% of the worst situations that they ever went through.
You made it through 100% of them. 100%, but they so scared about what's going to be next. And that's fear, and we can talk about that next time. But, bro, you want to leave us with anything, man?
Man, listen, take your time. Give yourself grace. Be patient with yourself. You know, love heals all. Patience is a virtue, and it's supposed to be that way. If it's not happening today, it may happen tomorrow. And if it doesn't happen tomorrow, guess what?
It wasn't supposed to.
Keep going. Just keep going. This King Wesley, man, I'm out.
Clean West. And as I leave y'all every weekend, all that is a giant puzzle. And you are a very unique piece of the puzzle. Nobody else can fit in your slot, and you can't fit anywhere else. It's the hardest thing in the world for you to try to be somebody else. It's the easiest thing for you to be yourself. I'm telling you, try it. Get to be your authentic puzzle piece so you can fit in, because all that is cannot be all that is without you. I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all next week.